the summer of 2003 at a place called the Brown Chocolate Cafe. I said, I remember the lecture. He said, remember we invited all the rappers, and they was coming to the lecture because he's good friends with all these rappers. RZA, I think Nas was coming, and a bunch of them. Even Dougie Fresh.
Right.
And he said they was coming, but somebody missed and put that the rappers was going to show up on the flyer. And he said, then they called and said, yo, we can't do this. We can't come now because, our agents, they look out and they find out that they tell us that we can't go to certain events.
Mm-hmm.
So they put a dent in that since that conscious rap. And it's interesting here because I was talking to a sister named Capita recently, and she was saying that yes, she was in the music industry, and she said she know rap. She said not only that, they have to report in like parole officers. If they get a big contract, they got to report in like reporting into a parole officer and tell them what functions they go into and whether these whereabouts are suitable for the music industry or the company. So anyway, they didn't come, but they got the tape. He said the tape that I gave them was about you speaking about how the actors got to wear the dress or get shot in the behind. Mm-hmm. He said, and by Dave Chappelle being big friends with the whole rap scene, they gave the tape to Dave Chappelle. So when he said on Oprah about, I heard about they have to do the dress, he said, the brother Shabazz said, it was based on the lecture that I had done in New York in 2003. Mm-hmm. The thing about it here is, not only do you have to wear the dress, Ving Rhames had to wear the dress, Wesley Snipes had to wear the dress, mm-hmm. Chris Tucker wore a little flimsy feminine outfit on Fifth Element. Martin Lawrence has to wear the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith wore the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Just about, all of them wore the dresses. It's interesting here. One guy he was a faggot in Life, and then he did the Joanna Man or Vagina Man or whatever that thing was, that movie.
Right.
And then there was he wore the dress, and then not only that, one of the brothers, I can't think of the brother name, he was from the 70s, he was an actor, and he was on Steve Harvey in the last couple of years, and he used to be on Good Times. I can't think of the guy's name, but he wore a dress in 1987. So they always had this thing and this thing started with Flip Wilson, because we asked this question, how did Flip Wilson get a show in the 1970s?
Mm-hmm, playing Geraldine.
Geraldine in 1971 was the whole Geraldine thing. So we got a history of this. Mm-hmm. The other thing here is getting shot in the behind. So Denzel won the Academy Award because he got shot in the behind, and then after he got shot in the behind, they killed him. Mm-hmm. Not only did he get murdered in Malcolm X, which was a historical thing, so we needed to see that, but almost 10 years later, he gets killed execution style after getting shot in the behind. Mm-hmm. So see, we would think that that's just one movie, but Martin Lawrence got shot in the behind in Bad Boys 2. Mm-hmm. And this is when the conspiracy come in, because the veteran actor Fred Williamson says that I never get killed in a movie and I always go home with the woman. Mm-hmm. Which is right. That's exactly what John Wayne does, Clint Eastwood does, mm-hmm. and James Bond. You always go home with the woman because that cements your maleness. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Always go home with the woman, and I never die in a movie. So when he got up on the set for Starsky and Hutch, the new Starsky and Hutch in 2003 or 2002 when they was making, because it came out in 2003, he said, they told him, yo, he's supposed to be the boss of Starsky and Hutch, the boss that chews out the reckless cops. He said they told him, yo, you got to get shot in the behind. He said, I ain't getting shot in no behind. Fred Williams, a veteran actor. Mm-hmm. He said, no, I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm not doing it. He said, I put my children through school. I don't need it. So then they came back, just like they did with Dave Chappelle. They came back a few minutes later with another script. Mm-hmm. Already ready. You see, this is a ritual of an attack. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That they do on us. And we got to understand the attack is coming from multiple levels. But now we know that it's a direct attack on melanin. Mm-hmm. To dehumanize you and to put you at a subordinate position. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
But in other words, when it comes to the male, to effeminize him.
Right. You see what I'm saying? The other thing I want to say is too now, there's nothing wrong with fat black women.
Oh, no question.
You see what I'm saying? She's the only a person in the race can get accepted and get many men. You see what I'm saying? We say she's fat, but she got a cute face.
Mm-hmm.
But
and some of them got pretty feet.
Pretty feet, and some of them are real sexy.
Right.
A lot of them are sexy, but that's not the point here now. But you got to understand, we're not talking about Hollywood versus fat.
Right.
What we're talking about here is a system and a ritual. Now let me give you an example.
And
of
a stereotype.
Stereotype. Mm-hmm. Now, we know in the 1990s they had tons of black women in the movies. They Angela Bassett, Leela Rashawn. They had one of the girls that played Girl 6. Can't think of that girl's name. Girls that played with Spike Lee, Teresa Randall. Next thing you know, she's gone. They had a bunch of them. Now that's good, and then you can put the heavyset sisters in there. But it's one thing when Hollywood says no more. The only people that's gonna get the jobs is the heavyset sisters. So all of a sudden, no acting. Queen Latifah becomes the standard, and Monique pulling out movies. And the point I'm trying to make here is that I'm not trying to push them aside, but what I'm trying to say here is something when those are the only ones that can get roles, because we're talking about a ritual that goes all the way back to Hattie McDaniel, who was the first person to win first black person to win the Academy Award. You got to understand how this thing goes here. And the reason why it is imperative that they don't show the black woman's sexuality in the standard of what that equals the white woman. And something based on the melanin now, psychologically, these images. There's a reason. Remember, I just started out saying there's a standard of beauty that you got to get to, and even if you're fat, you got to be beautiful. Because I've seen Queen Latifah turn into a fox on the last couple of movies.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make here is when it comes to the standard of beauty, which is in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? Against the Julia Roberts, against the, you see what I'm saying? All these Charlize Theron,
Jodie Foster,
all these particular people. There's a standard of beauty. They're saying that the black woman cannot equal that. You see, and you got to understand this stuff because it's a warfare going on. You understand what I'm saying? And this warfare has devastated the black community for the simple fact is that's why your man don't choose you now, because he's psychologically getting some stuff from images from Hollywood, and you're not a part of that lineup. You understand what I'm saying? You're not a part of that lineup, and that's why they put the fat woman, and they got the little show Girlfriends, and these are beautiful black women, but it's on UPN, which is a station that really nobody really watched. It was one of those black stations. Basically, UPN tried to come out because the UPN and Warner Brothers came out at the same time. Warner Brothers said that we're going to another level, and the first thing they do, they use the black people to fund when they first come out, and people and the public is not used to them. They put a lot of black shows on because they know that they can get the ratings and they can get the money or whatever until the actual station or the actual company is secure and fortified. Then what they do is they start weeding out the black shows and getting white shows. Now UPN is getting ready to join with Warner Brothers. They're coming together and merging together as one company. But the thing about it here is that Warner Brothers has already become lily white. And so you had the little Girlfriends thing where you see the cute black girls on there, but it was UPN, and that was not considered a mainstream. As far as it, although it was national, it wasn't on the same level as an ABC, NBC, CBS, and in cable, HBO or whatever. So my point here is we got to look at these things here on the image. You see what I'm saying? What is still going on here? Because this is also a psychological attack, and now is what Richard King and them saying, it affects the melanin. Why not? Now let's look at this, because now we doing different studies on East India based on the god Ganesha, or Ganesh. Ganesh is an elephant, and anybody know they say the elephant's memory is impeccable. You see what I'm saying? It never forgets. Well, in so many words, before we messed up on drugs, or we messed up on certain just bad self-esteem and this low level of living, we had memories that's impeccable. How you think the comedian